noticed, our backgrounds are green. By the way, we didn't plan that. That's exactly how we both came onto our Zoom call today. Frank, Apple's
Hey.
2021 quarter results happened the first quarter of the year. You got numbers. Let's talk about it.
I got some numbers. All right.
I'll
Well,
take a sip of my Zevia.
I'm going to take you back to 2020 because 2020 was such a great year for all of us, except for the corporations.
Except for everybody that got coronavirus.
Yes.
You made it sound like you're like, oh, 2020 was a great year.
Well, it was a great year for a lot of corporations. I shouldn't say most. It was Amazon.
A lot of rich people got richer.
Yep. So in 2020, Apple reported revenue of $91.8 billion with a profit of $22.2 billion. In 2021, the revenue was $111.4 billion with a profit of $28.76 billion. So it was up first quarter of 2021 over the first quarter of 2020. One item that dropped, however, by 5.5% was cash on hand. The first quarter of 2020 was $201.06 billion. This year was only $195.57 billion. Now, let's think about that for a moment. That's cash in hand. That's like the money you have in your checking account. Yeah. That's a lot of freaking money.
You think they have debt?
No, they don't have any. Well, they might have some debt.
They probably have debt. I'm sure
nothing they can't cover. That's for sure.
I'd be strange to think like Apple has debt and they don't pay it. That'd be weird.
No. But the total revenue was up 21% year over year. Quarterly earnings per share was up 35% to $1.68 per share. This is all at a time when Apple has made a major multi-year investment in its racial equality and justice initiative, which is slated for a $350 billion investment over a course of a couple of years. We talked about that last week. That's going to be a big boom for a lot of the inner cities. They're starting off in Detroit. So pay attention, Detroit. You're going to get a lot of influx of Apple Cash coming your way. Now, we have double-digit growth was achieved in each of the product categories, which was fueled mainly by an all-time record event in each of the categories. Mac and iPad have had some major growth because of the work from home movement. Apple no longer reports iPhone, iPad, or Mac unit sales, but it does report revenue breakdown by product line. So to wrap this up, the iPhone reported $65.6 billion in revenue. The services reported $15.76 billion. The Mac reported $8.68 billion. Wearables, home and accessories reported 12.97 or 13 billion in revenue. And the iPad is picking up the rear with 8.4 billion. So there's a lot of other information that you can get out there about the results, but these I picked out as some of the highlights. Very, very big numbers. And the one number that I've always been astonished by is Apple's cash on hand. Mm-hmm. That's just astonishing. In 2020, when they closed all of the retail outlets, Apple paid their employees. This is one of the reasons they can afford to do that. Apple could stop production of all of their products and still run their stores for God knows how many years on just the cash in hand. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's an astonishing company. They pay terrific benefits, and they generate a lot of cash. They're very careful on what they spend it on, in terms of, research and development. Another thing that's, rumored this year, the car again. There's rumors with Hyundai. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming events. But that's what I have for the quarterly results. It's looks very, very good. Now, Apple stock is down this evening, but
Yes.
that usually follows the announcement. So
And
that's nothing unusual.
And we record this on a Wednesday, just so you know. We don't know what's going to happen on Friday when this actually goes up on our channels, on our YouTube channel, and on our podcast channel. But some of the things I was impressed with was iPhone 12 line of smartphones had strong sales. I honestly didn't think people were going to run out and buy those because, again, we're in an economy that shouldn't support that. And
Well,
here we are. They are able to show that their phones sold.
Well, the other thing, Will, is what I was alluding to earlier was simply that people are home, working from home, so they are earning some money. Now, I think what's
But that's
happened
what
is,
that's what the media says.
yeah, well, I think what's happening is people are saying, well, you know what? Since I can't go out, I'm going to buy more online,
Mhm.
and they do. Take a look at Amazon. You think Amazon's hurting? You think FedEx is hurting? You think UPS is hurting?
Someone
Even,
benefits from something, no matter what kind of tragedy happens in the world.
even the
Someone
post
benefits from it.
office, their business is up. So all of the delivery services are I bought new symbols recently, and they, not that the symbols were back ordered, but they were delayed because the shipments were backed up. So I think that this whole work from home thing and people staying at home, they're not doing as much, but they still have some excess cash that they want to spend.
Sure, I agree.
Oh.
Services was up again. Also, Mac pulled ahead, and I will be interested when we're back here a year later what that number is going to be, because I think that number's percentage is going to be so high.
Oh yeah.
Based on these new Macs that are coming out, because
Yes.
I'm in the market in 2021 to buy a new Mac, but because it's all about that MacBook Pro, what they decide to come out with.
Yeah, but you're not going to buy a new Mac unless they upgrade the camera.
Yeah, the camera, I do not care. I have my GoPro, baby. I don't need no damn webcam.
We should tell the folks what I'm doing here. I bought a program on the App Store for $8, and I'm using my iPhone 12 as a webcam.
Mm-hmm.
So for $8, you can turn your iPhone into a webcam.
Do you recall the app what was it called?
Yeah, Epoch Cam, EPOCCAM. And now there's a free version.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I thought, for $8, I mean, come on, how can you kick?
Come on. Very impressive numbers by Apple this year. With of course, they made a lot of money, and of course, the stock market's gonna react a certain way that they didn't make enough.
Yeah.
But this is a couple of key points. Apple delivered its largest quarter by revenue of all time on today, $111.4 billion. It's the first time Apple crossed a symbolic $100 billion mark in the single quarter. Sales were up 21% year over year. Sales for every product category rose by double digits percentage points.
Yep. You said the iPhone 12, but the iPhone, that's grouped as one category. Could be 12, could be the 11, could be the 10, could be the mini. Now, I was reading where they've halted production on the mini.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that means it wasn't selling well or that
maybe people just didn't need the smaller phone. Also, reports are that India and Vietnam are going to be a primary source of iPhone building, so they're going to likely be moving their facilities to Vietnam and India. Now, India is very interesting because I believe that if you make a product in India, you can't make it anywhere else. Like that's like their rule.
We'll see.
So,
Um,
but they can make one product there. They can make the iPhone SE there by itself and then not, manufacture
Right.
it anywhere else. So there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe it's by
Yep.
SKU. I don't know what the rule is. Like, there's got to be some kind of rule. I know there's like a weird rule
yeah.
there with that. But I think that's great because I think it's, at least in my opinion, I think it's good. They're going to save a lot of money on that.
Well, one of the things that I heard that since Samsung has all the corruption scandals,
Yeah.
I heard that
Got a lot going on right now with that.
Apple may be buying Samsung.
I cannot see that. I cannot see that. Maybe like the technology or the patent or something, but I cannot see them buying the entire company. That would be
Right.
the biggest deal, I think, what would be the biggest deal in history? AOL and Time Warner, probably, right? Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
That's the one that comes to mind. We all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
So, well, that's our episode this week for the Think Different podcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Now, if you have not been paying attention on your YouTube channel, we do break up our topics on the YouTube channel, but we also have other topics, including Frank's recent video on how to use numbers for a first-time user. And of course, our most popular video right now is how to use Pages for the first time. Great feedback, except for one guy who was really, really angry about something. I have no idea. But everybody else loves the video, which I really appreciate, guys. In fact, I recorded something today to piggyback off that video with the top 5 features I like to use in Pages. So I'm going to have that video coming up on our YouTube channel a little bit. But we want to
listen.
Oh.
Yeah, since you plugged your Pages one, all of our viewers out there, let me know what you think of the numbers one, because I can't have Will be the star of the show all the time.
Here's the thing,
So,
Frank. That's been up there for 8 months. So you got to realize that it didn't take off for a while. So be patient. And plus, at the end of the video, I have it there as like the next follow-up video. So hopefully people are going to it. So I'm doing everything I can to make sure people look at that numbers video.
All right.
But I think we got lucky with the Pages one, because if you search Pages in YouTube, we're the number 2 video. And that's pretty
there you
amazing. So everyone gets to see my face on, not really, because it's an emoji, so no one really gets to see my face. All right, everybody, I want to thank you very much for joining us for the Think Different podcast. We hope that you buy Apple stock so we can make more money, and I love every single one of you.
Peace out, man.